Good morning, everybody. This is the Hive Engine Developers Meeting. It's 8 a.m. Eastern on April 19th, and I'm with Bait, Cryptomancer, and Lion. Riaz can't be here today. He's got some stuff going on for the next couple weeks, but he'll be providing some updates. And we've seen from Ian Warped and Don, it seems like some stuff is coming in. So, I got my personal drama, so I haven't been totally on the ball, but why don't you guys tell me where you're at, and Cryptomancer, kick us off. And it looked like you were doing some good security updates for the crypto token converter, so maybe you can talk about that and some other things.
All right, yes. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been focusing on strengthening the security of our withdrawal systems with an eye towards using some of the new witness stuff that we've got to do some additional validations. So the basic idea is, now that we have lots of different witness nodes, in order to make absolutely sure that a transaction is safe to process, you can check to see if a witness has signed the block that the transaction is in. And then you can also check several other nodes to make sure that they all have the same consistent signature data across nodes. So that's what the withdrawal systems do now. I've modified both our Hive withdrawal script and the crypto token converter so that they rotate constantly between different API endpoints provided by the various witnesses. And then they also will only process transactions that have been signed by the witnesses across several different nodes. So I just finished that work today and got the updated crypto token converter deployed. So that's all wrapped up. And now that that's finished, my immediate focus is going to be getting ready for the upcoming node software release. So the witness review period ended over the weekend for the 3 PRs that we want to push out. So I've got those merged into the Hive Engine branch today. And tomorrow I'm going to prepare a new release version of the software. So that'll be version 1.3.0 of the node software. And after I've got that prepared, then the witnesses can start upgrading. Now, I anticipate it's going to take some time for the upgrade process to finish for all the witnesses to get running the new version. So the DTF contract won't activate right away. I've picked a block time about 15 days in the future. And once that block is hit, then the DTF will activate, and we can consider it to be fully live. So the witnesses have until then to upgrade all their nodes, and I'll be starting that process with them tomorrow. And then once that's taken care of, then my next priority is going to be starting code reviews for the SMT work that Ian Warped is doing. It looks like he's got that contract pretty much wrapped up, so I'll start reviewing that, and then that can be the next node software release. So that's where I'm at.
Anywhere to fit in automated ERC20 token creation, or is that out the window until all this is done?
That will be after I've reviewed the SMT contract. So I've basically taken a break from the Ethereum gateway to work on all this other stuff that came up. And then once this stuff is resolved, then I can get back to the Ethereum gateway.
Okay. Yeah, security of funds needs to be number one at all times. So glad you made the switch. Glad that got done. And I don't know that we'll ever be absolutely bulletproof, but making sure that random witnesses have signed off on the block before processing any transaction seems like a really good step in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an ongoing, evolving process. So there will always be things that we can tinker with and improve. But gradually over time, we just keep adding new layers of stuff and new ways of securing things, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's going.
All right. So what are the 3 pieces of the hard fork? We have the decentralized token fund. That's one. What are the other 2?
The other 2 are some index changes that Ian Warped made, which will improve the efficiency of database queries. and also a bug fix for a rare corner case that can happen when you're replaying the blockchain.
Alrighty. Great. Lion, do you want to give us a little update on DSwap and DPay and sort of where that's at? No, he doesn't have voice where he's at. I guess he says his update is not much progress last week. This week, continuing with DSwap, moving pieces from client side to backend API side. Can't join with voice today, but I'll be here. Okay, so he's just plugging along. So Riaz is sharing the auction interface for NFT Showroom has been completed and submitted to the team for testing and review. So there's a staging website, a testnet for Tribal Decks, a testnet Explorer, and there are changes and new feature requests for Double Up. Those have been done and deployed. And then it started on the NFT marketplace for the tribes. So I asked him to scale back. My big plan is Tribes 2.0, and that's like full on blogging and NFTs all combined into one. But if we do that whole thing, it's going to be like a month, and then it can't just be a month because, you know, Double Up and Lenzy and NFT Showroom and all this other stuff will get in the way. So I said, all right, I'm not waiting a month for this anymore. NFTs are too hot, too popular. We just got to roll this stuff out. So I told Riaz, you know, just figure out whatever the least amount of work is to get to NFTs in a box so that people can go launch their own thing. That's what I want to see happen next. So we'll probably make it so that you can't just do another art display or like an NFT showroom clone. You know, that'll be part of the license that if you're using this, it can't be specifically for a, you know, general art project. But, you know, other NFTs, those things can exist, and we're going to facilitate it using your own tokens and your own system. And underneath it will be the B token for creating those NFTs. All right, Bait, you want to tell us what you've been working on?
Yeah, sure. Good morning. So, I spent a large chunk of last week working on Barhot. Then after, I finished the UI works, which is generating the dynamic PDF document. Then I also went on to, you know, build a Node.js and backend for it. So those were the major two updates. I couldn't move into the mobile UI because I spent a lot of time doing the backend last week. Then I also got a message from the Google team about HE Mobile on Play Store. So they were asking for some slight correction that the app asks for certain permission. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I had to review and also, you know, work on those changes before the 5th of May, if or else the app is going to be taken down. So I also spent some time trying to dig through that to see what they really wanted. So that happened last week. So if everything goes fine, I'll go back on to you know, deploying BChatter to the App Store. I realized there was a slight WebSockets bug affecting the Apple version of the app. So I was on the verge of uploading the app to App Store when I realized that. So I had to just put it on hold, then try to solve that, because the initial chat screen doesn't necessarily, you know, connect. So the first set of messages people need after literally need to, you know, restart the application to be able to get WebSockets connected. So I had to work on that last week as well.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, Barhalt is like a little bit of an aside. You know, like I've said before, we've done some legal things in the past. This is helping people to go write some legal docs to go protect themselves in court, which to me is part of the mission of spreading peace, abundance, and liberty. It's about giving yourself some tools that you might not have otherwise had. And there's a community that I'm part of that are making these in the thousands and sending them out with, you know, what appears to be a fair amount of success. So we'll see what people like to do with this, but I'm trying to make it easy. And so we'll do this for a little bit, and then we'll get back to more crypto-like front-end stuff. In particular, getting back to Dolly, DeFi Dolly, and getting that rolled out. So I know that she's working on. We got some art that's getting into production for that, and hopefully in the not too distant future, there'll be some time to make minor adjustments to the NFT mining contract so that DeFi Dolly can function, and like you can only wear one skirt, you can't wear 10. So there's like little bits of work that needs to be done on that contract to make it all function. But I think today is a pretty short meeting. We don't have Riaz here. There's a lot going on, but there's not like major controversy or stuff to figure out. So I think unless there's other stuff that you guys want to discuss, I think it's a relatively straightforward morning, and we have 2 weeks until the hard fork rolls out, and that's pretty good.
Are you still recording?
I am still recording. Should I stop?
Yeah, I've got a little to talk about
All right.
off the call.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to stop this recording, and I'll be with you. We'll touch base in a week, guys. Thanks for talking, or thanks for listening to Hive Engine Developers meeting.